So this is the last example in the graphing systems of quadratic inequalities. So we've already graphed 3 different examples of quadratic inequalities. Now we're going to do a system. And a system just means more than one equation or more than one inequality. So we're going to start with a nice easy one, where this one is in transformational form, so it's in vertex form. So I'm going to start by graphing that one, and A is I need the vertex. All right, so the vertex is the x value is 0, and the y value is -4. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to plot that. So 0, -4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now I need to find some points. So B is to find points. Now the nice thing about this one, it has a leading coefficient of 1. So I can come over and just do over 1 and up 1. And over 1 and up 1, 2, 3. I can do over 1 and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Over 1 and up 1. Over 1 and up 1, 2, 3. Over 1 and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so let's decide now if this is a dashed or a solid line. So this has a line underneath it. So this is solid. So I'm going to plot this. Now, before I move on to the next one, I want to find out where my solution is for this one. So I'm going to come down here and test. So I want to identify where the shaded regions overlap, but I need to figure out what's the test point I'm going to look at. Again, let's try 0, 0. So I'm going to put a 0 here and a 0 there. So 0 is greater than or equal to 0 squared minus 4. 0 is greater than or equal to -4. That's true. So if it's true, that means that my solution is inside here. So I'm going to take a highlighter and I'm going to highlight that. Okay, and in this case, it also includes the line. It's a solid line. All right, so everything inside there is part of my solution. Let's take a look at the next inequality. Again, I need to find my vertex. So my vertex, in this case, for a standard equation, I would find it using x is equal to -b over 2a. Okay, so we have negative, but what's b? b is -1. Over 2, what's a? a is -1. Well, we got lots of negatives here. So a negative is just 1. On the bottom, I have 2 times -1, so that's -2. So I get -1/2. That's my x value. Okay, I want my y value. So I'm going to write down my equation, which is here, parentheses, minus. This is -1/2. Minus, parentheses, -1/2. Plus 2. So if I square a negative, I get a positive. If I square 1/2, I get 1/4. But there's a negative sign in front, so it's -1/4. I have a negative, so that's positive 1/2 plus 2. All right, I'm going to write these down here so you can see them easier. I've got -1/4 plus 1/2 plus 2. And the world's full of fractions, so we have to get comfortable with them. I need a common denominator. So I'm going to use the 4 for a common denominator. 2 divides into 4 2 times. 2 times 1 is 2. So this is 2/4. There's a 1 on the bottom here. 1 divides into 4 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8. So 8/4 is the same thing as 2. All right, so now we're going to add. -1 plus 2 is 1/4. plus 8/4 equals 9/4. Okay, 9/4 is 2 1/4. And I'm just going to do that because it makes it easier to graph it. Okay, so we have an x value that's negative 1/2 for our vertex, and we have a y value that's 2 1/4. So I'm going to write them up here, just so that they're very clear and they're underneath here. So negative 1/2, 2 1/4. All right, so let's plot my vertex over here, and I'm just going to use a different color so hopefully we can see it easier. So negative 1/2, so I'm starting here and going over negative 1/2, and I'm going to go up 1, 2, and a little more. So about there, I'm just going to pick a point right there. That's my vertex. Now, we know that this U's down, so we know it's coming down like this. So now we need to find 2 points on either side. Well, the easiest point to find is this one, which is your y-intercept. So remember, the y-intercept is the point 0, y. So in this case, it is 0, 2. So if this is my vertex, 0, 2, 1, 2 is right there, right beside it there. Okay, remember, axis of symmetry, I'm going to go the same distance this way, and my next point would be right there. It's sort of jammed in together, but at least I have 3 points and you can see them. All right, now I have to look and see, solid or dashed? Well, this is dashed. Okay, now I need to test that parabola and find out where's my solution. So I come over here and I say, I'm going to test this point again because this point is inside that parabola. So I want to know, is 0, 0 part of my solution? It's inside the parabola. So let's test it out. I'm going to come down here and take my equation. 0 is less than negative 0 squared minus 0 plus 2. 0 is less than, this is 0, and this is 2. Is 0 less than 2? It is. So that means that where this point is, 0, 0, is where my solution is, and it's inside the parabola. So it's in here. So for this blue parabola, it goes on and on. For this parabola going this way, it goes on and on. And what we're looking for is where those two overlap. And where do they overlap? They overlap right here. And I'm going to shade it in. And that's where our solution is. Okay, so you're going to try doing 2 of those with practice. I think you've got 8 problems to practice, and please ask questions in class.